So now that we've created our sponsored brand ad, we can go into the actual campaign and look at the data and see what we need to do to optimize this campaign. Now what we're going to do is basically the same that we would do on a normal PPC campaign. It's just that we have some extra data points, for example this keyword win rate, that will show up to help us with our keyword bids. Now at the top you can see that there are the different tabs. Negative keywords, which are the same as a normal PPC campaign. You can see the preview of your creative or what your ad looks like to customers, and you can see it on different platforms here. Campaign settings, you can adjust your daily budget for your campaign. You can adjust the portfolio that it shows up in, deactivate or activate if you would like. And then there are the advertising reports if you want to pull the search term report for the sponsored brand ad. Now I'm going to go back to keywords. And I would optimize it the same way I would a normal PPC campaign. So I'm going to look at which ACoS, assuming it has enough data, which this one certainly does, and increase or decrease the bids based on my ACoS and my conversion rate. So I'm going to look at the number of clicks that I had versus the number of orders that occurred after those clicks. Now this top one of 34 orders and 19.94% ACoS is really good, so I might want to adjust this up a little bit and have it deliver to more people searching on Amazon. So you can see this slider showing up again that we saw when we were creating the ads, and so right now it's only showing to 0 to 25% of the people searching this term. If I want to increase that because it's doing so well, I can just move the slider and it will automatically adjust my keyword bid to make sure that I now show for 25 to 50% of people searching that term. Now if I want to do this manually, I can. If I only want to increase it a little bit, I could put say 20%. And I'll see that it's still only going to show up to 25% people searching. If you want to just do this manually and up it a little bit until you get the slider to move, you can do that, or you can just use the slider and save. Now if you scroll down, you can see this one, for example, is 92% ACoS, one sale out of 84 clicks, which is pretty bad. And it already has a keyword bid of 10 cents. Now in sponsored brands, the minimum bid you can have is 10 cents. So if I try to put 9 cents in there, it won't let me save. So we're already at our minimum bid and it's not doing too well. So I would probably want to deactivate this keyword so it doesn't waste more money and cause my campaign to bleed cash. Same thing goes for the keyword below it, but it's at 20 cents. So I might want to try it at something as low as 10 cents for a little bit and see the data that I get out of it, because I might be able to get sales and an ACoS at a lower percent with a lower bid, but that's just testing that you'll have to do on your own. If you go down to the bottom, you can see a 4% ACoS from 14 clicks at 11 cents with a 13-cent bid. I might want to up this a little bit so that it can deliver to more people and have a chance of getting more data, more sales. Even if it goes up to a little bit higher ACoS, that's fine because it's already at 4%, which is pretty amazing. You can see ones below it that have 0 clicks and not many impressions. These ones I would want to up my bid so that it can give it a chance to deliver, because right now it's technically delivering on status, but it's not really delivering because, and I'm looking at this assuming that these two keywords at the top are taking up most of the budget. So I can do one of two things: either up the bid like I just did, or you can increase your overall campaign budget in campaign settings. Increase that to maybe $45 if you want, to try and give the campaign a little bit more breathing room for these other keywords which typically are lower volume, lower search volume, and give them a chance to show. If you find that that doesn't work, then what I would do is move these lower volume keywords to a separate campaign and kind of break out your keep your high volume keywords in one campaign and then put your lower search volume keywords in another, so that this cannibalization of keywords in a campaign doesn't occur. So when you have a high search volume keyword, you can see 53,000 impressions in the past 2 weeks, then these will start to take up the majority of the budget, just because there's more opportunity for the ad to show. These ones at the bottom, I would probably want to break out and create a low search volume sponsored brands campaign just for those. So you can see, if you find any keywords that don't really explain what your product is in the search term report, then you're going to want to put them in your negative keywords. You do that the same exact way you would in a normal PPC campaign. But after you've adjusted the bids, put in negative keywords, then this is basically the same method of optimizing as you would for your normal PPC campaign. So it's not that difficult. What you will notice is that your costs per clicks on headline search ads are usually a lot cheaper than normal sponsored ads, and that's just because it's an auction-based system and there are less people with brand registry. So there are less people competing for these ad placements. So anyone who has an Amazon seller account can, run sponsored ads and compete against you, but only the people that have registered trademarks can run these types of ads. So the costs right now are a lot lower than normal sponsored ads. So I would suggest running as many of these as you can, because you're going to get a lot more clicks for a lot less money, and your chances of getting pretty good ACoS is a lot higher when running ads in this placement.